Hello guys, welcome back to another video of mine. This is your match review for Chelsea 4, Sheffield United 1 in the Premier League on Saturday evening. Brilliant game, fantastic game. Personally, I think was our best performance of the season. First 15 minutes were a little bit ropey, but after that, and once we went a goal down, I think that was what we needed to click into gear and take control of the game, and we went on to win comfortably. Now, getting into the starting 11, now the team that I chose in my preview was very similar to the team that ended up starting the game. So in goal was Edouard Mendy, right back was Reece James, two centre backs were Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma, and left back was Ben Chilwell. We went for the 4-2-3 formation, so the deep lying midfielder was N'Golo Kante, and the two further forward of him were Mateo Kovacic and Mason Mount. And then the front three was Timo Werner on the left, Hakim Ziyech on the right, and Tammy Abraham up front. Now, as I mentioned, the first 15 minutes of the game was very poor from us. Sheffield United went ahead in the 9th minute. David McGoldrick, who I know him well enough, he plays for the Ireland squad, and he isn't the greatest forward in the world. I genuinely think he's very poor. But anytime he plays against us, Chelsea, he turns into prime Ronaldo or R9 in his prime. He scored 4 Premier League goals in his career, and 3 of them have been against Chelsea. It's just mad. So they went ahead in the 9th minute. It was stupid from us, sloppy from us. We turned off from a corner. It was a short one played. They reversed it back into Baldock, who squared it across, and I think it was Berger who knocked it back into the middle, and McGoldrick, I think it was more just out of hope that he just flicked it and hope it went in, and it went in. We were 1-0 down, and I was thinking, brilliant, bloody brilliant. 1-0 down after 10 minutes against Sheffield United, who at that time and the season beforehand always had the better of us, and it looked like it was going to be the case again. And I was just thinking, oh God, not again. Please, not Sheffield United again. But once they went 1-0 ahead, we just took complete control of the game. And I felt at the time, and I never usually feel this, you guys know me well enough, I'm the most pessimistic Chelsea fan that there is. I always felt that we were going to score and be in this game. And we equalised through Tammy Abraham. Brilliant ball from Hakim Ziyech, who I'll talk about in a minute, to Mateo Kovacic, who dragged it back to Tammy Abraham, who completely scuffed his effort. He just hit the ball into the ground, and it was that beat the keeper. He kicked it into the ground and lobbed back up over him, and it went into the net, and that was 1-1. I was thinking, okay, we're back to normality and we can kick on from here, and we did. And we went 2-1 up through Ben Chilwell, who's been brilliant since he's joined the club. Although this goal was, I think it kind of hit him more than he actually tried to score. Ziyech put a ball into the box, and looking at it live, the goalkeeper for Sheffield United had an absolute shocker on Saturday. He should have come out and grabbed the ball, but he didn't know what to do, and it went across to Chilwell, who I think actually tried to duck out of the way of the ball, but inadvertently ended up hitting off him and going into the net. So we were 2-1 up at that time, and we went in 2-1 at half time. I was thinking, okay, we're a goal down, we've clawed our way back in front. Can we either hold on to this, or can we, extend our lead? And we did that. Second half, we were brilliant. And then we went 3-1 up through Thiago Silva, who got his first goal for the club. Another player who has been absolutely sensational since he's joined, has been just a breath of fresh air. Again, Ziyech with a fantastic ball into the box. Thiago Silva with a brilliant, glancing header. It was the most delicate of touches, but it was enough to beat Aaron Ramsdale and go into the back of the net, and that was 3-1, and that was game over at the time. When it was 2-1, I was a little bit nervous, because the longer it stays 2-1, the longer Sheffield United are in the game, the more chance they have to get back into it. But that third goal completely killed the game off. And then we went 4-1 up through Timo Werner. Now, Timo Werner had a couple of chances throughout the game. He hit the crossbar in the first half. He missed the 1-on-1 where he tried to lob it over the keeper and put it wide, but he took his chance this time. It was a bit of a mistake from the Sheffield United midfielder to kind of play him in inadvertently, and I think he knew after his first attempt to not be kind of smart with it, and he just put his laces through it into the back of the net, and that was 4-1, and we just started the game comfortably from there. And overall, I genuinely think that was our best 75 minutes of the season. I think we scratched the first 15 minutes because, you know, we started very slowly. You know, I don't think that it was more. I think it was more of a case of Sheffield United trying to oppose themselves and, you know, coming at us and, you know, having a go with us more than us kind of being, you know, poor. I think we switched off for the corner, which was a bit of a shame. But, you know, once that goal went in, we took complete control of the game and were, you know, worthy winners. That win puts us up to 5th in the table. We are, I think, 3 points off the top, which is a good position to be in. Although it is early days, we've only played 8 games so far this season. But it's a good position to be in, and we're in a healthy position if we want to keep where we are and challenge for, you know, top 4 this season. Not getting into title talk just yet. We need to be a bit more. We need to see more of these performances, and once we get later on in the season, maybe we can talk about that. But not right now. But yeah, now I'm going to get into player ratings this time. This is the first time I've done a player ratings this season, and I wanted to get into it because, you know, I want to make this video, you know, a bit more in depth. So Edouard Mendy in goal. Let's be honest. Except for picking the ball up from the back out of the back of the net for the goal, he had nothing to do. I'll give him a 7. So yeah, Reece James. I thought Reece James was brilliant. He's really come on this season. Really come on this season. It was breakthrough season for us last year. He was very good, but he's really stepped up this season and is performing brilliantly, and is in real contention to, you know, give Alexander-Arnold a run for his money within the England squad. So I'd give Reece James an 8. I thought he was brilliant. Kurt Zouma, and give him a 7 as well. You know, again, bar from the only goal that Sheffield United scored, the defence had really nothing to do. We were in control for most of the game. So I'll give Kurt Zouma a 7. Thiago Silva, 9. Absolutely brilliant. I said it earlier. He's been immense since he's joined the club. He's completely put his mark on the squad. Has, you know, been a real leader and showed his experience. So I'll give him a 9. He was brilliant. Ben Chilwell, 8. Absolutely brilliant. Scored a goal, although we didn't know too much about it. But again, similar to the rest of the back 4, didn't put a foot wrong, bar from the goal. So I'll give him an 8. Moving into midfield, N'Golo Kante, 8 as well. You know, he did his job perfectly. You know what you're getting with N'Golo Kante, and he did it again on Saturday. So I'll give him an 8. Mateo Kovacic, 7. You know, solid performance. You know, wasn't, you know, the standout player, but he did his job well, and, you know, he played very well. So I'll give him a 7. Mason Mount, very similar to Kovacic. You know, wasn't the standout player, but he did what he needed to do. So I'll give him a 7. Timo Werner, 9. Timo Werner is just a menace up front. He really is just a menace, and if he plays the way he did and he keeps playing the way he has been for this season, he will score in the majority of games that he played. He's just always, you know, on the defenders' tails. He's so quick, he's so precise, and he's such a good finisher. And, you know, he got another goal on Saturday, so I'll give him an 8. Tammy Abraham, I'll give him a 7. He scored a goal, a bit of a scruffy goal. Probably it's not the best goal he'll score in his career, but, you know, he's a good option to have, and I'm glad we have him, you know, as an option. I know Timo Werner will be the first choice striker. Timo Werner's only playing on the left because Pulisic is injured, but, you know, it's great to have options like Tammy Abraham and Olivier Giroud as our backup strikers. So I'll give Abraham a 7. And Hakim Ziyech, 10. Let me talk about Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech was unbelievable on Saturday. He was just, that left foot of his is an absolute wand. He's a magician. He can pick out any single pass on the pitch. He got 2 assists on Saturday. It could have easily been 4 or 5. He's just such a quality player, and it's unfortunate that we haven't seen him for a lot of games this season through injury. But, you know, now that we have him fit and playing games, and once he gets that running games and gets used to the Premier League, he's going to be an absolute nightmare for defenders. And he gets a 10 out of 10. He was the best player on the pitch by a mile on Saturday. And I have Arsenal fans, mainly on AFTV, thinking that Willian's better than him. That's just ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. Don't even want to hear that. Ziyech is much better than Willian. So, yeah, Ziyech, 10 out of 10. Absolutely brilliant. So yeah, that's all for this video, guys. We're on an international break now, so there'll be no Chelsea games up until, or for another 2 weeks even. So on this channel you will see more topical and more, you know, current event, and, you know, broadening my horizon in terms of videos. So that'll be out over the next 2 weeks. I hope you guys do enjoy that. But if you did enjoy this video, please drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here or you enjoy the content. And I'll have my next video out during the week. So I'll see you then, guys, and take care.